The Bugatti Tourbillon is here, and it's rewriting the rules of hypercars. But this isn't just about raw speed or a flashy badge. It's a redefining moment for performance, luxury, and engineering. We're talking about a 1,800 horsepower hybrid beast with a naturally aspirated V16 engine and a design philosophy that draws as much from the world of high-end watchmaking as it does from cutting-edge automotive technology. But let's start by asking, what really makes a hypercar like the Bugatti Tourbillon stand out in a world where so many manufacturers are pushing for the fastest, most powerful car? It's not just the numbers or the stats. It's the way this car connects with you, engages all your senses, and delivers an experience that transcends what you thought was possible on four wheels. The legacy of Bugatti. Let's rewind a bit. Bugatti has always been synonymous with pushing boundaries. Back in 2004, the Veyron changed the game, becoming the first road car to break the 1,000 horsepower barrier. The Veyron was a statement, a car that announced Bugatti's return to the top tier of automotive engineering with authority. Then came 2016, and Bugatti did it again with the Chiron, a 1,500 horsepower monster that reset expectations once more. But 20 years later, Bugatti is back to disrupt the market again with the Tourbillon. You've got to understand, this isn't just an upgrade from the Chiron. The Tourbillon represents a completely new chapter. While the Chiron featured a quad-turbocharged W16, the Tourbillon goes for an 8.3-liter naturally aspirated V16, paired with an advanced hybrid system. This shift to a hybrid powertrain isn't just about keeping up with the times or reducing emissions. It's about creating an entirely new driving experience, combining the immediacy of electric power with the emotional, visceral roar of a high-revving V16, a new powertrain. Let's dive into what's under the hood, or more accurately, under the skin of the Tourbillon. At its core is that brand new 8.3-liter V16 engine, developed with Cosworth. It's naturally aspirated, delivering 1,000 horsepower on its own, with a redline that screams all the way to 9,000 revolutions per minute. Unlike the Chiron's quad-turbo setup, Bugatti wanted to go naturally aspirated to create an emotional connection. There's something about hearing that engine climb through the rev range without the sound being muffled by turbos. It's raw, pure, and exhilarating. But then there's the hybrid side of the equation. The Tourbillon features 3 electric motors, 2 on the front axle and 1 at the rear. Together, they deliver an additional 800 horsepower, pushing the total output to 1,800 horsepower. And here's the trebuchet. You can actually drive this car on electric power alone for up to 60 kilometers, thanks to its 24.8 kilowatt-hours battery. Performance stats. Now, let's talk numbers, because this is where the Tourbillon really shines. It can launch from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.0 seconds. Let that sink in for a second. 2.0 seconds. It's hard to even comprehend how fast that feels. You'll be at 200 kilometers per hour in under 5 seconds, and it takes less than 10 seconds to hit 300 kilometers per hour. And if you're brave enough, the Tourbillon will do 400 kilometers per hour in under 25 seconds. Top speed? With the speed key engaged, you're looking at 445 kilometers per hour. Without the speed key, the car is limited to 380 kilometers per hour. To put it simply, there's almost nothing on the road that can keep up with this thing. But what makes these stats even more impressive is the Tourbillon's weight. Despite all that power and hybrid tech, Bugatti managed to keep the weight under 1,995 kilograms, thanks to a carbon fiber monocoque and 3-dimensional printed suspension components designed by Divergent Technologies. It's 45% lighter than the suspension system in the Chiron, which means it's not just a straight-line missile, it's agile and responsive in the corners too. Design philosophy. We've talked about the power and performance, but what about the design? The Tourbillon stays true to Bugatti's heritage while pushing design boundaries in new directions. If you look closely, you'll see classic Bugatti design cues like the horseshoe grille, the central spine, and those iconic C-shaped side body lines. But the real inspiration here came from the world of high-end mechanical watches. Bugatti wanted to make the Tourbillon feel like a timepiece on wheels. The center console, for example, is fully analog, with mechanical gears that mimic a watch movement. Even the speedometer and tachometer are laid out like the hands of a clock, further connecting the car to the theme of precision and timelessness. The interior is just as stunning. The steering wheel features a fixed central hub, so only the outer rim rotates, keeping the instrument cluster perfectly visible at all times. There's even a retractable infotainment screen that tucks itself away when not in use, ensuring that the car doesn't feel outdated when technology inevitably advances. And the materials? Machined aluminum, crystal glass, and a titanium instrument cluster designed by Swiss watchmaker Concepto. Every inch of this car screams luxury. What does the future hold? With the Tourbillon, Bugatti isn't just making a fast car, it's setting a new standard for what a hypersports car can be. The Tourbillon represents a shift not just for Bugatti, but for the entire industry. In an era where electric cars are becoming the norm, Bugatti is showing that hybrids can still offer soul, emotion, and that visceral connection we all crave as drivers. And while this car will set you back $4.2 million, you're not just buying a machine, you're investing in a legacy. Only 250 of these will ever be made, making the Tourbillon one of the rarest and most exclusive cars in the world. The Bugatti Tourbillon is more than just the successor to the Chiron. It's a car that pushes the boundaries of what's possible, combining raw power with sophisticated design and technology. Whether you're drawn to the 1,800 horsepower hybrid powertrain, the timeless design inspired by mechanical watches, or the sheer thrill of driving one of the fastest cars on the planet, the Tourbillon delivers in every way. If you're as captivated by this car as I am, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Let me know, if you had the chance to get behind the wheel of a Bugatti Tourbillon, where would you take it? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of hypercars.